Okay, I'm going to try to do this without crying. My journey with pancreatic cancer started almost 2 years ago. I remember turning purple stride last year as an almost 1-year fighter / survivor and listening to our speaker, Gabe. I thought, wow, how cool would it be to make it far enough in my journey to stand up there and have something to say, something to share. And here I am. It's surreal. This entire journey has been surreal. No one in the entire world could have made me believe that this is where I would be when I started complaining of stomach pains. My symptoms started off like so many others. Stomach pains, fatigue, trouble digesting food, and losing weight. I thought I was stressed at work because I had just been promoted to general manager of a hotel in Dallas. Or maybe I had a food intolerance or anxiety, which is what one doctor told me when I began trying to get to the root cause for these symptoms. I ended up in the hospital after a visit to the emergency room because the pain was so intense. After 5 days, I left with a diagnosis of neuroendocrine cancer, which would require a shot every month. 2 days later, on my 31st birthday, I was called back to the oncologist and was diagnosed with a rare form of pancreatic cancer, acinar cell carcinoma, and would require chemo. Of course, I only heard chemo and saw my long blonde hair falling out, questioning why my then boyfriend would want to stay with me, and losing my job that I had worked so hard to achieve. I was finally on top of the world, and it completely shattered under me. I seeked a second opinion at UT Southwestern in Dallas after my incredible now father-in-law recommended me to see Dr. Begg. Dr. Begg was not like the initial oncologist I had seen. He was kind, gentle, much more relatable, and even though he did tell me my cancer was stage 4, I had a comfort from him. There wasn't much comfort in that meeting, except my parents holding me after I completely collapsed in the hallway with tears of fear and the unknown. My dad told me through his tears and shaky voice, "You are never alone." And I haven't been. I stand up here today to tell you that you are never alone, not as the fighter or the family of a pancreatic cancer patient. This group is your support system, and we all need one. They say when one person has cancer, the whole family has cancer. And this was so true for my family and friends. I've always been close to my family, but this brought us closer. And for that, I'm so thankful. From the very beginning, I was never angry that I had cancer. I was just thankful it was me and not my family. I never questioned God and why did he give this to me. I never prayed for a miracle. I just prayed for grace and mercy to get me through each day. A doctor once told me to take everything one exit at a time. Don't get ahead of yourself. I think that applies to everything in life, but especially to all of us here today. We hear pancreatic cancer, and oftentimes it has progressed and is late in the game, but you have to go one exit at a time. There are going to be bad days. We've all had them, but there are going to be moments in this journey that you will cherish for the rest of your life. Ooh, here comes the sun. I'll never forget my brother and sister-in-law visiting me in the hospital, and my little brother Andrew collapsing on my chest and hugging me. I'll never forget coming home from the doctor on my birthday and dancing in the living room of our 1-bedroom apartment with my boyfriend because he still wanted me to have a good birthday. He knew how much I loved to dance with him, even if you had to turn every other step because we had a kitchen table or a chair in the way. I'll never forget my sister-in-law taking me to get a wig because my hair was falling out. And then when I went to see what it looked like in the natural sunlight, I came in to see that my boyfriend and his family had bought it for me. It was that wig that helped me feel beautiful on our wedding day 1 year ago. You see, as I was questioning whether I was going to live my life, my boyfriend promised his life to me, and we got engaged 2 months into our journey with cancer. I was frail. You could count my ribs. My hair fell out. I missed treatments because I was too sick or my blood counts were too low. But throughout it all, I had a reason to smile. I had amazing friends who helped make the Rally for Alli group. They visited me and brought me magazines or movies to distract me from my reality. I had 2 nephews who I adore. I couldn't wait to see them on the weekends when I went home after treatment. I had 2 parents who completely put their lives on hold to take care of me, sleep on an air mattress on the floor of my apartment, and help bathe me when I was too weak, driving me everywhere because I was too drugged up to manage all the side effects I had. After months of living like this, resorting back to a child in a way, I told my mom I wanted to see how long I could live without chemo. I never did a chemo treatment after that, because shortly after that, I received information that my tumor profiling came back with a known mutated gene called RET fusion. What does this mean? My oncologist had sent tissue from my tumor for genetic sequencing. It came back with the match for this mutation that was causing tumors on my pancreas and had metastasized to my liver. My oncologist suggested to meet the team at MD Anderson in Houston to see if I qualified for a trial, and I did. I started a new treatment in January of 2018. I am still on the trial and visit MD Anderson once a month to see the incredible Dr. Sabaya and his team. I now take my amazing Loxo pills twice a day, down from an average of 15 different medications I used to take. My tumors have shrunk over 40%. I've gained strength, my hair grew back, I returned to work at my hotel in Dallas, and I married my incredible Eric last April. I am able to live my life, and cancer does not stop me. I returned to traveling the world, and I'm able to play with my little nephews. People say I'm a superhero. My sister-in-law made these awesome shirts for my team today. They say, Alli is our superhero. And as you can see, my shirt says, I am the superhero. I need to hold on to this. When I think of superheroes, I think of someone who can do these crazy stunts, multitask, and save the world. These little guys here can probably tell you the name of every superhero out there, especially one called the Flash. Jack, do you know who the Flash is? Well, the Flash is pretty cool because he has a great quote. Life doesn't give us purpose. We give life purpose. And that is so true. I thought I was on top of the world with a great job, great boyfriend, and not a fear in the world. Cancer knocked me down, but it rebuilt me. And the only way I can even claim the title of superhero is because of all the people who helped me put my cape on every Friday when I went to a chemo treatment, and helped me keep that cape flying behind me so I could focus forward and keep going when going was really tough. Miranda, I am not a superhero. I just have a purpose, and you helped me see that when I questioned so much. And we all have a purpose today as we raise awareness and wage hope through this event. Purple Stride is not just a yearly walk that raises money for PanCAN and research. It is so much more. It is hope. Hope can come in so many forms. My hope came through my faith in my love for family. Purple Stride is hope to provide a better future and to demand better for our patients. There has already been so much advancement in care, but there is so far to go. It is my hope to stand up here today and not just share my story that some of you can relate to, but to share what I hope for all of you and to demand for the future. You have to be your own advocate. You have to find the doctors that are hopeful and support you in your journey to find a cure. I often get asked, how did I get directed to targeted therapy and find a doctor who believed in it? I had a family behind me who helped advocate for me. They stayed hopeful even if I was starting to question it. And even though my doctor did tell me that 99% of the time the testing comes back without a clear answer, I was the 1%. So if your doctor doesn't have the hope for 1%, then I strongly suggest you find another option. It is my mission to make the 1% grow. If you have not sought genetic testing and getting the why behind your tumor, I strongly suggest it. The more we can share our stories, the more awareness we can raise around pancreatic cancer and the research and the new treatments that are out there, the bigger the 9% survival rate will be. It seems like a great feat at times, but we have to go one exit at a time and hang on to the hope and faith we may have, even if it's the size of a mustard seed. It only takes faith the size of a mustard seed to move mountains. So finally, I leave you with this quote that one of my best friends shared with me as I was preparing for today. I can be changed by what has happened to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. We have all been changed from moments in our life, becoming a parent, losing a loved one, hurt by someone we love, or getting diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. But have we been reduced by it? What change has it made? What change do you want the world to see? A change in how it reduced you, or a change in how you have moved this mountain and carved a path for all the loved ones that are surrounding you today, especially these little ones that are here today. My sweet Jack and my sweet Ben. They should not know the fear of pancreatic cancer. They should know the hope. Thank you, and God bless all of you in your journey.